How's it going, everybody? We are back with the second of 3 unboxings for this week of the stand-up deck sets. Today we've got the Favrneel Deckset, which is another one of the Dear Days exclusive decks. This was not in the anime. This is just in the Dear Days game. Go ahead and take the wrapping off and we can take a look around it. We have his user and Favrneel himself. On the front, of course, it's a Dark States deck. We've got the Favrneel logo on the side and just giving us some information about what's coming inside it. Of course, we get another Chalice, Brainwash Swirler, Falcate, and a few other things. This is going to be pretty much the same as the Grime Gray structure deck. We've got 1 deck, 5 extra cards, a short storage box, which is this right here, the sleeve set, and the deck holder. Always, if you do happen to find these, I think it's a fantastic deal because this one, just like the Graham Grace one, the amount of value that you're getting from just the deck alone, because these are about 45, 50 bucks, and you're getting a full set of sleeves, which usually costs about 20 bucks, a deck box, which usually costs about 20 bucks, a short storage box, which usually costs about 20 bucks, a deck, which let's take into account the Leonore, Durjewel, and all of that. Those were $20. And you're getting, in this case, a Chalice, a Swirler, and a Falcate, which were all very expensive cards when they came out. But I got the deck, sleeves, and deck box aside. We'll take a look at the box. We've got, like I said, Favrneel's user, Favrneel's legs. On the side, we've got his user again. We've got the really nice new Vanguard symbol there. And then Favrneel on the side. Inside's about the same. Like I said, just holds the 2 deck boxes nice and snug. We'll set that aside and take a look at the deck box here. My only issue with doing these unboxings is all of the trash. But I do love, like, the value for these is insane, especially if you can support a local game store, like where I got these from, Retribution Games. Hit them up if you're in the Fort Worth area. But you got Favrneel on the front, Fav's user. I love his, like, dark purple to pink hair, and the way that it just matches with the deck box is really nice. And as always, these deck boxes, in terms of, like, of course, I love the custom deck boxes, like this Ichigo one that I have. These, in terms of just basic boxes, if you gave me this and like an Ultra Pro box, I'm going to take these any day of the week. Then we've actually got the Dark States logo and the Dark States namesake right there. We've got the Favrneel deck sleeves right here, 53. I know I said 70 in the Graham Grace opening. I just cannot read. And then we've got the actual Favrneel deck right here. Now, we'll go ahead, get this bag off, and then the cigarette wrapper off. Go ahead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will set the extra cards to the side really quick, and we'll just take a look at the main deck. Starting it off, we have 1 copy of Purgatory Dragon Deity, Purgatory Dragon Deity, Favrneel. You may only have 1 Favrneel on the deck. At the beginning of your main phase, your opponent chooses one of their rear guards, retires it, and then if you did not ride this turn, this unit gets negative or plus 10,000 and plus 1 crit. So it gives itself a Persona Ride ability. And then when your opponent's rear guard is retired during your turn, put a card from hand into soul and draw. Then at the end of the battle, this unit attacked. If the sum of grades of Dark States cards in your soul is 13, counterblast 2, and restand this unit with -1 drive. So it's still getting that plus 10 and a crit, which is really nice. The grade 2, we've got Gear Rhinos, a barreling Impulsion. When you would ride from the ride deck, you can ride with a Soul Blast instead of dropping a card. We have Divigating Chopper, which is the same. I think it's the same ride line as the Graham Grace deck. And then Clock Hands Draco Kid. Then we've got 4 copies of Reaper in the Shadows, Rick and Morty. Counterblast 1, put this unit into the soul. Look at the top 2 cards of the deck. Choose up to one card from among them. Call it, and put the rest into soul. So you could just call nothing and put 2. Then we've got Execution Dragon, Vorpal Scythe Dragon. Soul Blast 2, choose an opponent's rearguard, retire it. Then when it hits, Soul Charge 2, which is nice in this deck because the whole point of Favrneel is you want as much in the soul as possible. Time Jarrett Dragon. When this unit is placed on rearguard, put a card from hand into soul and draw. And then we have 4 copies of Purgatory Baron Hortus. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked a Vanguard. If your Vanguard is Favrneel, put this unit into soul, choose an opponent's rearguard, retire it. Then, while in soul, at the beginning of your ride phase, if your Vanguard is Favrneel, bind this card, drop a card from hand, and activate Persona Ride. Until the end of turn, you cannot activate Persona Ride with other card effects, and you cannot ride, which is fine because that essentially means you can't use Chalice, which, if you're activating the Persona Ride effect, what does it matter? And you only run one Favrneel anyways, so it seems fine. Next, for the grade 2s, we have 4 copies of Squalid Freaks. If you did not ride this turn, this card gets +2 grade in soul. And then, in soul, auto, when your grade 3 or greater Vanguard attacks, if you didn't ride this turn, bind it, and all of your front row units get +5k, which is really nice. And then we've got 2 copies of Steam Mage Ashurta. If your soul has 7 or more cards, this unit gets +5k guard. And then when it's retired from Guardian Circle, you may put this card into soul. And one thing that I think is really nice is these 2 cards right here. You get 2 copies of Gungram and 2 copies of Ling, which Ling was a special card in the Jeweled Structure deck, which I believe you only got 1 or 2 copies of because it was in the special pack. And then Gungram has just been an expensive card because Chronojet is still topping, and it's been almost a year. We've got 4 copies of Repelled Malice Dragon, which is the no-drop PG. 1 copy of Kamal Dahag. The Dark States Overtrigger. We have 4, 8 crit, 3 draw, and 4 heal. And it picked like the best draw triggers, the best heal triggers, the best everything for this deck. We'll set these aside and go on to the special cards that you get with it. We've got Demonic Sword, Riving Elegos. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if your Vanguard is Favrneel, put 1 other rearguard into soul, choose an opponent's rearguard, retire it, and then if the soul, the sum of your grades of Dark States cards is 13 or greater, countercharge. So really and truly, you're doing a lot of this for free because if you have like 4 cards in soul, like your ride line, that's already putting 3, and then you're putting a lot of stuff in soul, so you should get to that 13 very, very quickly. When the unit attacks, soul charge 1, then while it's in the soul, counterblast 1, put this card into drop, soul charge 1, and choose a Vanguard, and it gets +10k. This is Crimson Expeller. Then we've got Falcate Performer, which was a very expensive card when set 7 came out. When this unit boosts, choose up to 1 card from your drop, and if your soul does not have that card, or have a card with the same grade as that, put it into soul. And Brainwash Swirler, which was the most expensive Dark State staple because just getting that +5 every time you soul charge is insane. And then, of course, Chalice, because every deck needs a Chalice. Going ahead, obviously, you're going to want to put every single one of these cards, except maybe this one. I don't know about this one so much, but these 4 you're going to want to put in. And in my opinion, just like looking at the deck ever so slightly, I'd probably put a Shurta and take those out because, I mean, a 10k guard is cool. You know, how often are you going to use that? And then I'd probably take out 2 Time Jarrett because you've still got, I mean, when it's placed, put a card from hand to soul and draw. That's nice. Brainwash is better. Gravitas is better. All of these cards are better. So personally, that's what I would do. And obviously, we'll do some test battles with these in the coming days, coming weeks. They might be out by the time you're seeing these unboxings. Who knows? But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Well, like I said, in the Graham Grace one, we are back in full swing. We will see you guys next time. Peace, guys.